Welcome back to LAUTECH Open and Distance Learning Lecture Series on ACT 110 Introduction to Business 2, Study Section 7 Problems of Nigerian Business Enterprises. In the previous study section, you learned about international business, in which can be defined as the study of transactions taking place across national borders for the purpose of satisfying the needs of individuals and organizations. So a business enterprise is any business that is established to make profits. It may be large or big, depending on the size and capital with which the business wishes to start. At the end of this study section, you should be able to define a business enterprise. You should be able to explain the sources of funds for business enterprises. You should be able to discuss the problem facing business enterprises in Nigeria. Let's discuss these learning outcomes one after the other. Business enterprise. A business enterprise is simply a business started to make a profit. This is distinguished from one other businesses which owners create to supply themselves and others with jobs. And also, a business enterprise revolves around a single idea, a mission, which the owner intends to use to create a viable company for the purpose of making a profit and succeeding in the business world. So business enterprises are begun by entrepreneurs who have the knowledge required to start a business and a key idea about the product or service and how it can be used to create a customer base and turn it to profit. Sources of finance for business enterprise. Business enterprise, both small and large, fail very easily because of inexperience and funding problems. So to help these enterprises survive, many organizations offer special funding for specific types of businesses. Some organizations specialize in funding for enterprises, while government agencies help small business through loans and advances. So there are a number of ways of raising finance for business. The type of finance choosing depends on the nature of the business. Large organizations which are able to use a wider variety of finance sources than smaller ones. Loan from a bank or other financial institution. A loan is a sum of money lent for a given period of time in which repayment is being made with interest. And the next one is overdraft. An overdraft facility with a bank. The borrower is given permission to take out more from their account than they have put in the account. And also, another source of finance is grants. Businesses may also qualify for grants. Government and private funds are sometimes made available to businesses that meet certain conditions. And another one is venture capital. Larger businesses with cash to spare have been putting funds into small and medium-sized enterprises. The next one is through leasing. Expensive items of equipment can be leased. Rather than buying the equipment, the business leases it from a leasing company. The next one is hire purchase. This is an alternative way of purchasing items of equipment with a leased item you use and pay for the item, but you never own the item. The next source of finance for business enterprise is through trade credit. In business, it is commonly practiced to purchase items and pay the money to the owner later, or be paying little by little. Another source of finance for business enterprise is through friends and family members. Family members can lend the entrepreneur some amount of money in order to invest in the business, and also personal savings. The initial investment of a business usually comes from the personal savings of their owners, which is derived from either wages earned while working or proceeds from commercial activities. Small and large businesses are vital to any economy, so they are constrained by multifaceted problems that threaten their survival. So the following are the problems of business enterprise. We have inadequate capital, lack of good management, inadequate or lack of functional education, poor financial management, employment, and over reliance on relatives. Inadequate capital. For most small businesses firms in Nigeria, the initial investment usually comes from the personal savings of their owners, which will have been derived from wages earned while working or proceeds of commercial activities, and lack of good management. Good management is the key to keep abreast with the changing condition in a firm's environment, as well as giving good effect to its human efforts. Inadequate or lack of functional education. The problem of inadequate functional education manifests itself in two ways as far as business firms in Nigeria are concerned, and also poor financial management. This ranges virtual lack of records to great keeping of accounting and other records of the small business firms. You can read more of this problem in your study materials. So far so good, we've been able to define a business enterprise as a business started to make a profit, and also it's distinguished from other businesses which owners create to supply themselves and others with jobs. And we talk about the sources of funds for business enterprise and also the problem facing business enterprises in Nigeria. Hope you have a wonderful time in this class. Thank you for listening.